Hello my friends, Drew from madcatmysteries here. I hope everyone is doing well. So in our last video we discussed the Roswell event as it pertained to the life of Mac Brazel. In this video we will be revisiting the Roswell event, but from the point of view of one of the other central figures. But before we begin, I'd like to ask everyone to stick around to the very end of this video because I have an announcement that is probably the most exciting announcement that I've ever made on YouTube. So with that out of the way, I will kick it off to the co-host of this video.
What is going on, YouTube? I'm Lamont At Large. Today I am at the Mathern Cemetery here in Houma, Louisiana. So today I am visiting the grave of one Lieutenant Jesse Marcel. You probably have never heard of this man, yet he has a very unusual story that happened to him many years ago. A story that he no longer can tell, but allow me to try to do that honor.
Perhaps the most recognizable name associated with the 1947 Roswell event is that of Jesse Marcel. Born May 27, 1907, he was the youngest of 7 siblings. After graduating high school, he began working as a draftsman and cartographer for several entities including Shell Oil, the Louisiana Highway Department, and the Army Corps of Engineers. His military career began in 1924 with his enlistment in the National Guard. He later joined the Air Force, where he served as an intelligence officer during the Second World War. After receiving 2 Air Medals and the Bronze Star, he was promoted to the rank of Major. In 1946, which interestingly enough was just 1 year prior to the Roswell event, Marcel had a leading role in Operation Crossroads while serving with the 509th Composite Group. Operation Crossroads was a series of atomic bomb tests carried out at Bikini Atoll in the Pacific. These were the first nuclear detonations since the devastation caused by the atomic bomb dropped over Nagasaki. Ever since the splitting of the atom in 1932, our nuclear technologies have rapidly become ever more sophisticated and ubiquitous. Shortly after the dawn of World War II, our newfound nuclear capabilities would be followed by a massive surge of UFO sightings throughout the 1940s. Since then, reports of strange aerial phenomena frequently observed near nuclear facilities, such as Roswell during the 40s, continue to be a major concern to governments worldwide. The increased levels of radiation produced by these facilities have also been linked to an increase in the number of reported livestock mutilations in the surrounding area. Several reasons have been offered as to why UFOs seem to be drawn to these sites. Some believe such UFO occupants to be benevolent beings whose intent is to ensure we don't cause our own extinction via our own nuclear technologies. Others believe the UFO occupants are performing reconnaissance missions to assess the level of threat we could potentially pose to them. Either way, the Roswell crash occurring so shortly after Operation Crossroads, combined with the fact that Jesse Marcel had been such a central figure in both, is an interesting coincidence to say the least, but it definitely makes his life story all the more intriguing. In July of 1947, a man by the name of Mac Brazel discovered the strange debris on his ranch just north of Roswell. He immediately reported to the authorities that what he found may have been the wreckage of a flying disc. Brazel collected as much of the debris as he could and drove it down to the local sheriff's office. The sheriff, George Wilcox, was equally confounded when shown the metallic fragments. Unsure as to what he should do about the peculiar situation, Wilcox contacted the commander of the 509th Composite Group, Colonel Butch Blanchard, at the Roswell Army Airfield. Recognizing the significance of what was before him, Colonel Blanchard accordingly reported the incident to his superior, General Roger W. Ramey. On July 8, 1947, the Roswell Army Airfield issued an official press release stating that a flying disc had been recovered. This statement was quickly redacted by the Army on the very next day, stating that what had really crashed outside of Roswell was nothing more than a weather balloon. If you're familiar with the Roswell event, then you're probably aware that the military eventually ended up claiming that what really crashed outside of Roswell was nothing more than a top-secret spy balloon known as Project Mogul. While there's no doubt that the wreckage seen here was, in fact, a Project Mogul reflector, there's one huge problem that needs to be addressed. Over the years, Major Marcel confided to several individuals that the wreckage in this photo was not the wreckage he recovered from the crash site. 31 years later, Marcel even went on the record to clarify that what he found on Foster Ranch was, quote, not from this earth, unquote. Thus the story of Roswell was born, bringing with it a fiery debate that continues to this day. In our previous collaboration, Lamont and I further explored the Roswell event as it pertained to the life of Mac Brazel. It's well worth a watch, so definitely check it out if you have not done so already. Link in description. Eyewitness reports include strange descriptions of so-called memory metals, as well as the remains of small humanoids. The echoing of such claims in Marcel's journal begs many questions if we are to believe the official weather balloon narrative. What would compel so many respectable professionals, like Jesse Marcel, to lie about what they saw? What would they possibly have to gain? The stakes could not have been higher for men like Marcel. Given our government's long history of lies, especially with respect to the UFO enigma, what reason would anyone have to place blind faith in the official narrative? Just a thought. Marcel retired from active duty in 1950, returning to Louisiana to care for his elderly mother. He would spend his later years mostly out of the spotlight, working as a TV repairman. On June 24, 1986, Jesse Marcel passed away at the age of 79. Followed by the passing of his wife and son, the Marcel family leaves behind a unique legacy that will not soon be forgotten. For his service to our country, as well as for his role in furthering the field of UFO research, may his memory always evoke the utmost respect and gratitude for his many contributions to humanity, and may he rest in peace.
I wasn't here even 2 minutes, and I, by dumb luck, found his grave. It was almost like it was pulling me in. This is the grave of Lieutenant Jesse Antoine Marcel, Sr., United States Air Force, World War II, May 27, 1907 to June 24th, 1986. A very odd feeling that I feel right now. How many of you believe in UFOs, or how many of you believe in extraterrestrials? A subject that I am readily involved in, and I do believe I have seen odd things, weird things I've experienced in my life. And regardless of the fact if you believe in them, you think it's fake news, or some of you might even believe there's some form of demons from another dimension. This is a very big universe that we live in, and for us to believe that we are the only intelligent civilization out there would be, in my opinion, quite foolish. I bet not many of you can actually say that you've touched materials that were not made from this planet, and to hold a metal beam that is indestructible. I bet you can't say that. Who knows the many more secrets this man took to his grave? We may never, ever know. Is disclosure coming? Possibly one day. Possibly one day. Rest in peace to this man. Served our country in World War II. Thank you for your service. And I am Lamont At Large. I will catch up with you on the next vlog. Peace out.
And special thanks, of course, to Lamont At Large. Lamont, it is always a pleasure doing videos with you. Had a lot of fun doing this one. I learned a lot about Jesse Marcel, stuff that I didn't know before. So thanks again to Lamont. Give him a sub, check him out, link in description. So here is the big announcement. there's a good chance that I am going to be on TV in a few months. So, I was at work the other week, or this past week actually, and I got a call from a number that I didn't recognize, and I normally don't take those calls, but I got a text from this number too, and turns out it was someone who is a producer who's affiliated with both the Travel Channel and the Discovery Channel. She produces two shows, The Osbournes Want to Believe, and yeah, that's with Jack and Ozzy Osbourne. And the other one that she produces is Paranormal Caught on Camera, which, interestingly enough, Ben Miller actually told me about and suggested that I send them an email with some of my footage, but I didn't really think that I had anything that amazing. Well, it turns out she was on YouTube working on a segment researching the Brown Mountain Lights, and if you've been following me for a long time, you know that that is, well, here in North Carolina, it's one of the greatest mysteries of North Carolina, and it's something that I've been absolutely fascinated with for years and years and years and years. So she ended up seeing, I think I made 4 videos about Brown Mountain Lights. She watched all of them, and she reached out to me and wanted to use some of the footage in an episode of Paranormal Caught on Camera. I was a little bit unclear if she was also interested in putting it up on The Osbournes Want to Believe, but she definitely did seem very, very interested in putting it on Paranormal Caught on Camera, and she wanted to do an interview with me. So there you have it, folks. I will keep everyone posted about this, and I hope everyone is doing really well. And yeah, we'll see you later. Hey everyone, Drew here from Mad Cat Mysteries, and I hope you enjoyed the video you just watched. If you did, you can click on the subscribe button below. I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.